Hello and welcome to week 17 on the FyberCraft server. Yes, that's right, I am back in the desert, and if you remember from last week, I need to fill up 5 more shulker boxes with sand so that I can finish the last quarter of the Guardian farm. And once I complete that, I also want to try to at least start, if not finish, the process of draining out the monument as well, which will be a monumental step in this process. But for now, it's to hacking away at this sand, and I guess I'll get back to you when I've got all 5 shulker boxes filled up and ready to be placed in the monument. Yeah, that didn't actually take that long, but I have actually already finished mining the sand, and I did 4 full shulker boxes, just a little bit on the 5th because I realized that, first of all, my shovel is nearly broken. And second of all, I realized that 14 shulker boxes, or actually probably 15 with the stuff I had stored at the starter base, was enough for 3 whole quarters. So I think this might be enough for the last one, because that's also not including the 2 radii on the 2 exterior sides of the court. But yeah, so I'm gonna pack these up and I'm gonna head there, and I'm just gonna go for it and try to finish this thing once and for all. Okay, and after a quick pit stop to my base to mend my beautiful shovel, I am here at the farm, and it looks like somebody was attempting to crash my game for the 3rd time. Yeah, it looks like Fnatic attempted to make the machine that would repeatedly crash my game. So, let's take this down before it actually does crash my game. And then we'll get out our sand and really start filling this in. And just like that, we have finished ridding off the area. Now, I actually had to go back to the desert right at the end because I was just about, like, 3 stacks short, or something around that, maybe even less, which was kind of an inconvenience because that was just, like, 1 minute, and the desert is far away. But yeah, I finished this quarter, and I'm ready to start draining it. So I think I'm actually going to get some sleep and, you know, start this process, or the next process, draining out every single one of these pockets. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. Okay, so if you recall, I have these 2 stacks of 9 sponge, but they're actually all wet sponge, and I mean, that does nothing. What we actually have to do is dry them all out, but you can do this multiple ways, and the main way is using a furnace, but that takes time and fuel, which I have neither of. So the best way I'm going to do it is I'm actually going to fly over to my nether portal, and I'm going to head into the nether. Okay, so if we make our way into the nether portal, and 1 second, and yeah, we're in the nether. So now what we can do is simply place it. And look at that. You pick that up. Sponge, just normal sponge. And what we can do now is just go over here or something like that. Oh, that's satisfying and probably kind of loud. But yeah, we can just place this all down and break it up again, and everything's all dry. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get right back to you when I'm done. Okay, now that that's all done, let's actually just get right into this and at least drain out a good portion of this. I'm just going to go all the way to the bottom, fly up, do the next section, and so on. And hopefully this won't take as long as the gridding off. So, let's hit it. And look at that. Just a few hours this took. Way, way faster than the gridding. I did this all by myself, this step, and it only took 2 or 3 hours. Wasn't really keeping track on this second half. I did it on a different day than the first half. But the gridding took 4 hours with a helper for like half of it. So I think that is a good amount of progress to make. And next time, the taking down of the sand should take barely any time at all, because all you need to do is go to the bottom and place down torches, which are in here. I have tons of them that I bought from Wavelength, and that should give us a good foundation. And I'm gonna probably also next week, I'm gonna flatten out the bottom as well, which can't really tell how flat it is right now, but it's not that flat. I also have to remove the monument itself, which is actually still filled with water. But yeah, this is really starting to come together, and I only lost 1 sponge during that entire process, which is kind of impressive. One resource that you use a lot of that you don't even think about when building is rockets. I went through probably like 20-25 stacks of rockets, because every time I get to the bottom of one of these things, I need to use at least 1 rocket to fly out, and sometimes it takes a couple of tries, and plus I need to go back and forth between the nether and here to dry out the sponge, and even sometimes all the way back to the base to repair the elytra, because it also uses tons of elytra durability. That was quite expensive, and I'm going to need to talk to Fnatic to get some more, because I am almost completely out. In fact, these last ones I made with my own resources, but I don't have farms for any of that stuff, so I'm gonna need to buy some. That being said, that is all I have time for on this project this week, so let's head over and get some recap stuff going. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna start off over at the Things to Know tower. We're gonna check out and see if there's anything new in here. Let's just make our way to the top real quick, and just one more ladder, and here we are. And yeah, there are quite a few new signs. Starting off with oxidized copper, 4 blocks apart. That was from last episode. Yeah, that is very, very necessary. If you put them like right next to each other how they were, that's gonna take hours to oxidize, and you might actually, I think you might want to do it 1 more block part than I placed them, because I don't think I did it quite right. But yeah, that'll go way faster. And over here we got a new one as well that says, when you die, so do all other mobs within a certain radius. Yeah, so this is a more technical one, which I don't actually know the radius, but it's when you die, I believe some mobs within a certain radius of your death point actually despawn in order to help out a little bit with recovering your stuff. Yeah, and last of all, we got Take That Pillagers, and this comes from when she had some pillagers at her front door, didn't have any armor on, and had to log off for a little while. We'll pretend that I killed them like I said I was going to, instead of them killing her. So yeah, that's everything up here. Let's go check out other parts of the base. So after looking around for quite a while, I actually only found one more thing, and this new thing is really nice. As you can see, there's another sign in front of Wavelength. Yeah, and this sign says, now selling, limited, I have no more storage special. Cobbled deep slate. So let's take a peek. Yeah, and sure enough, 1 diamond per stack, too pricey, leave me a sign. And we've got 18 stacks for sale here. Personally, the quantity I have, it's probably faster and less expensive to just mine it out, but if you only need a little bit, I think this is pretty good. And that's not too bad of a price, to be honest. It could be cheaper, but it also could be way more expensive, so I think that's probably a good deal. And the torches as well, I think it's been restocked a little more since I bought them. But yeah, I like this little trapdoor shelf we got going on too as well. It's really cool to see another shop that has more than 1 item for sale. With that, no one else has actually really been online. It's been quite a busy past couple of weeks for all of us, I think. But that means this is actually going to be the end of the video. So, without further ado, I'll see you next week. A bye. So, there was no mass murdering over here. Yeah. No mobs were killed here. Although I did forget a bed. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue on with the sand. Yeah.